In the distance beyond the town, the rocks of their home arched up, dividing the suns in the sky. "Do you think they're okay?" Cameron asked her. "Of course they are." She pulled him forward a step. "We've got our own mission. Let's get back to the bus." A muffled shout had them both whipping around. The words weren't clear enough to understand, but footfalls headed toward them at a steady clip. Torn between a desire to run for the bus and the fear of leading anyone to the children, Aubrey hesitated until it was too late. A teenage girl rushed past the corner of the alley. Her eyes widened as they locked on Aubrey and Cameron, and her feet propelled her forward a few additional steps, even as she tried to stop. "Sage, I told you to quit it," a voice called from just out of view. "Don't make me say it again, or you'll piss me off." A teenage boy stepped into view, his eyes narrowing even as another boy came up behind him. They all stared at one another. Aubrey wasn't sure what to think. She had been the only teenager in their rebel camp for a while, with Cameron recently joining the ranks. Having 3 stumble upon them was unheard of. So were teenagers outside of the government camps. Their clothes were dusty and torn. Sweat streaked their faces. She wondered how long they'd been on the run. "Who might you two be?" the boy who had spoken before asked. "That's our question." Aubrey lifted her chin, meeting him head-on. "I'm Darian." He nodded toward the girl. "She's Sage. And this giant behind me is Neil." The other boy nodded, leaning against the wall. He really was tall, almost half a meter taller than the rest of them, though part of his height was due to a curly black mop of hair. While the others appeared to be around Aubrey's age, Neil looked slightly older. "Well, aren't you going to introduce yourselves?" Sage tossed her ponytail back over her shoulder, crossing her arms as she glared. Aubrey shook her head. "You'll have to be interviewed by an elder first." Cameron started to move toward them, stopping at the slight tug of his still-connected hand. "Cameron," Aubrey warned under her breath. "Is that so?" A lazy smirk tilted Darian's lips. He ran a hand through his hair, the blonde locks that sprung back looking as if the suns had bleached them. The hand itself caught her attention, encased in a black glove that made no sense in the heat of day. "If you want to come with us, you'd likely be welcomed," Aubrey said. "Though we understand if you'd rather move on." Part of her regretted the words. She peeked at the only other teenage girl she'd ever seen, only to find her continuing to glare. "Don't you want to come with us instead?" Darian asked. The throb in her temple begged for attention, but Aubrey forced herself to ignore it. "No, we have our own people." "I think you really want to come with me," Darian said, taking a step forward. Aubrey's headache intensified. "No, but thanks for the offer." She pressed against Cameron, forcing him backward. Darian's smile faded. "Who are you?" Aubrey shook her head. "Can't you take a hint?" Cameron frowned at him. "Maybe you're not as charming as you think you are." Neil started laughing. "Shut up," Darian snapped at him. The laughter died as quickly as it came. "Look," Aubrey tried again. "If you're not interested in coming with us, you need to get out of here." Sage lunged for her. Darian's hand latching onto her arm was the only thing that stopped her. "Watch how you talk to him," Sage spit out. "That's not how I meant it," Aubrey said. "Look, there might be a task force from the government around here. You don't want to be caught up in it." The girl's glare hardened. "Are you stupid?" She held out her hand. A swirling ball of sunlight formed, the bold colors mesmerizing. "We are with the government."